Let's try this again. I'm coming to you live from an undisclosed location deep in the heart of American flyover country. I'm Jeffrey Darty, the Christian whistleblower with sound and everything this time. We're under the radar, but always over the top. Nice to see all of you here in the chat room. Nice to see all of you here to be a part of this podcast excellence here today. Rocky says, I've got a sexy chair. I like it. I like the one that I had in Florida that got held hostage and we weren't able to negotiate a release. But this one I think is even better, ladies and gentlemen. This one is even better. So today I want to talk to you about the Mormons kissing the ring. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Latter-day Saint Church has bowed down to Mother Rome. They've kissed the ring. I want to talk to you about the implications of that, what it means, and hopefully give you a long-term perspective on what it means, actually, because I think that's more important. And as we do that, and speaking of important things, this is my website, jeffreydarty.com, where you can learn how to unindoctrinate yourself. And I also encourage you to take a look at the website at the Mystech products. What they do is improve the quality of your life. They restore you to the Earth's natural frequency. Your body naturally realigns with the Earth, and the negative frequencies causing disruptions are ceased, and your system gets a kind of reboot, and everything feels better. I've been using them for years myself. I also encourage you to check out the Focused Life Force Energy. What this does, or we belovedly call it Fluffy, what it does is places you into a high consciousness field, actually beams a high consciousness field around your home or within a 300-foot radius around your cellular phone. 15-day free trial for your home, 15-day free trial for your mobile phone. Help yourself while helping your friendly neighborhood Christian whistleblower. Now, to our subject at hand. And, you know, I got to say, I miss the old badass Mormons. I really do. I miss the old badass Mormons. I miss the we're right, you're wrong Mormons. I miss the we're the only true church and you guys aren't going to make it unless you join us Mormons. I miss the old badass Mormons. Because at least with the old badass Mormons, you knew what you were dealing with. There was no fake. They were right up front. They weren't pulling any punches. They weren't trying to hide anything. I like the old badass Mormons, but now they're all like Mitt Romney. You don't know what they think. They lick their fingers, stick it in the air with conviction, and whichever the way the wind's blowing, that's the way they go. So just like Mitt Romney has been demasculated, so has now the Mormon Church. Because as I read from the Washington Post in the religion section, byline of Michelle Borstein, the head of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, met with a pope for the first time on Saturday, an event that reportedly followed decades of behind-the-scenes relationship building between denominations whose leaders share a concern over secularism. Let me give you an interpretation of that. Whose leaders fear that everybody's leaving their church. And they're trying to find some way to stop it. So Pope Francis and President Russell M. Nelson, both men who, of course, hold profound spiritual offices for their churches, met for, oh my, I didn't even see this. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. They met for 33 minutes at the Vatican to discuss the shared priorities of protecting religious rights. Really? The Catholic Church protecting religious rights. That's interesting. Traditional family values. That's really interesting, too. The church that sodomizes more children than any other church, and the church that has more beating of women than any other church. But they're all about traditional family values, ladies and gentlemen, and young people. We know the Catholics are into young people. I guess the Mormons are too. And of course, they want to oppose secularism, which means they want to try to remain irrelevant. And this was all according to the Mormon Church affiliated Deseret News. So, ladies and gentlemen, the reason that Mr. Nelson, or President Nelson as he's called, was in Rome is because he was dedicating the first Mormon temple in Rome. Now, just to give you a little perspective, there's about 16 million Mormons in the world, and there's more than 1.1 billion Catholics. So it's pretty easy to see why the Mormons would want to meet with the Catholics, but why would the Catholics want to meet with the Mormons? Well, listen to this. In this chaotic era, when many people are leaving organized religion, leaders of these two denominations share goals, including responding together to promote traditional families and involvement with Christian institutions. In other words, trying to keep our heads above water, ladies and gentlemen. We talked about our mutual concerns, said President Nelson. Importance of family, importance for the youth of the church, and the need for people to come to God and worship him, pray to him, and have the stability that faith in Jesus will bring into their lives. Have them come to our church, pray in our church, pay our church, and give us the stability that we need to keep these multi-billion-dollar corporations humming along. Now, the groups do work together in about 40 countries for relief efforts, and sounding like Kenneth Hagin, who did everything but fillet the Pope, says, what a sweet, wonderful man he is, President Nelson said of Francis, the Mormon Church news site also reported, and how fortunate are the Catholic people to have such a gracious, concerned, loving, and capable leader. Now, this is, Joseph Smith would roll over in his grave. Why, Joseph Smith, you look like someone just walked over your grave. What would Joseph Smith think about that? Well, I'm hoping to get an interview with the direct descendant of Joseph Smith, who is the head of the Church of God Temple Lot, not too far from my present undisclosed location. And, of course, the Vatican did not put out a detailed statement about the meeting except to include it on the list of people and groups who had audiences with the Pope that day. But I do miss the old Mormons, because the old Mormons used to teach that they were the authentic restoration of Jesus's church. But now, because things are getting so bad, and they know that Rome is trying to cobble together a coalition between the Christians, Roman Catholics, Roman Protestants, Jews, and Islam, divide up the world 1/3 each, the Mormons want to make sure they get a place at the table. They're trying to make themselves like regular old Christians because they want a piece of that 33.33% that's going to be carved out for quote unquote Christians. Because you got the Catholics, you got the Protestants, and you got all the other baby Catholics that think they're Protestants. And they only get 33.33% because the Muslims are going to want their 33.33. The Jews are going to want their 33.33. There's a joke there, but I'll leave it alone. And they're just trying to get a place at the table, ladies and gentlemen. And now 97% of Mormons consider themselves Christians, when before they all 100% considered themselves as possessors of the only true faith, ladies and gentlemen. So here they are coming to the Pope, bowing down, kissing the ring, and trying to get a place at the table when the Catholics, the Jews, and the Muslims take over. They just want a place at the table. The Catholics are trying to get, in the words of the Mormon Deseret News, the Catholics are trying to get the Latter-day Saints not to badmouth Catholics at every conference, and the Latter-day Saints are trying to get the Catholics to put in a good word for them on the national level. It's an old case of, I won't say what I'm thinking, but you scratch my back and I'll scratch your back. That's all this was about, ladies and gentlemen. It was about two churches losing lots and lots of people, trying to find a way to stem the tide of losses. And it's about the Mormons trying to get a place at the table because they don't want to be left out, because they have now lost the courage of their convictions. Gone are the badass, we're right and you're wrong Mormons. Now we have the bend over, spread 'em Mormons that are willing to take it from Pope Francis because they're Christians just like everybody else. Well, congratulations, Mormons. And I just want you to look into the face of the four guys that sold you down the river. These are, Mormons, your three musketeers. These are the ones that went to Rome and sold you down the river. Tweedledee, Tweedledum, Tweedledummer, and Tweedle even dumber. I hope you enjoy being sold down the river. From left are Elder Massimo Del Feo, President of the Mormon Church, Russell M. Nelson, Quorum of the 12 Apostles, President M. Russell Ballard, and Elder Alessandro Dini Siacci. Things would have been a little bit different, ladies and gentlemen, if they'd have taken Rocky Stucci with them. I can tell you that. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The Mormons have sold out for a place at the table of Babylon. I miss the old badass Mormons, but they are gone forever, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. But they did have some concerns to share together because they both need to find the best ways to cover up their pedophilia. They both need to find the best ways to cover up scandals within their clergy. So I can see those two sitting down together and trying to figure out what to do. Gone are the badass Mormons. Gone are the real Mormons. And now they just want another seat at the table with the rest of Babylon. And as Verve 1 says, follow the money. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a little disappointed, but not surprised. As we march towards the construction of the third temple, which has nothing to do with Bible prophecy, but everything to do with scripted prophecy. And you see the three major religions, Christianity with both its Roman Protestant and Roman Catholic representatives, Judaism with its priest, Islam with its imam, and probably plastic Jesus himself on the Temple Mount proclaiming peace and harmony, which means we're going to split you bitches up. We each get a third. So get ready. Here it comes. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower, letting you know what's happening before it happens, keeping my finger on the pulse of humanity, doing what I can in humble service. We'll be back very soon with more podcast excellence. If you like this channel, please subscribe. If you hate this channel, also subscribe because I'm dangerous and you need to keep an eye on me. If you like the show, give it a thumbs up. If you hated the show, give it a thumbs down. Quick look through the chat room to see if there's anything worth mentioning. Let's see. I've met M. Russell Ballard and his son, says Mac Remembrance, former Mormon. Religion's getting pretty squishy. Yep. Money talks, BS walks. Yes, J.H. Armstrong. The Pope met with Mormon leaders. Yeah, for 33 minutes. How about that? Mormons do got money. I am trying to unindoctrinate people. Sales of magic underwear are about to skyrocket. That's what I was wondering. If they presented Pope Francis with his own set of magic underwear, could you imagine if the Mormons could get the Catholics to buy magic underwear? Dude, business would be a booming. That's all I can say about that. And I just had the weird, strangest thought of what Rocky Stucci would look like in magic underwear. I don't know if that's a good visual or not. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? The Mormons consummate their wedding vows in the temple. I don't know if that's true or not. Saw the Book of Mormon musical, funny and apparently accurate. That's interesting. I remember when Oral Roberts said God told him. Yeah, I remember that too. Beehive behavior, triangle of terror. It really is. They shapeshift, maybe. Jeff, have you in any way? I don't know if I would invite Kevin in that or not. All right, ladies and gentlemen, they do wear a special type of underwear. Yeah, truth really is stranger than fiction, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to confirm Mormons do wear holy underoos. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Confirmed here. It's a fact. All right, we'll see you later on with more podcast excellence. And until then, ladies and gentlemen, I am Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower, encouraging you to ask questions and question answers. We're the last generation of real humans, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm telling you, it's time for us to unindoctrinate ourselves.